Welcome to ARW. I'm Harold, and I don't like unboxing videos, but today we're going to unbox something because I just got this nice big box from Banggood, and no, they didn't give it to me. They didn't loan it to me. I bought it right out of my own pocket. I don't know, you won't find Banggood sending me anything because they've been mad at me for about 4 or 5 years now. Anyway, we're going to take a look at what I got here in the box. All right, so there we are. There's the box. I'm going to back up a little bit so that we can get the whole effect of the whole thing. And I'm going to cut her open. And of course, I know what it is because, like I said, I bought it. All right. That's a lot of box, and it looks to me like I hate getting that sticky stuff all on my knife. All right, I'm gonna have to set it in the floor and pull the inside box out of the outside box. It's not working, guys. All right, I'll just take stuff out of the box. Yeah. Well, this one reason it won't come out of the box. This thing is stuck in the side of the box. I guess some of you kind of know what it is now. Tongs, okay? Yep. We got to buy a little bag here. Crucible. Electricity. Instructions. All right, so I finally got it out of the styrofoam there. The force was strong with the styrofoam. Took a little bit of straining and bad words and stuff to get it out of there, but I got it out. Now, my knife got dirty like that. I've got actually 2 of these knives. It may be this is the old one. I don't know. We'll find out in a little bit. If I've got one already in my pocket, well, then that's the old one. But it sure feels dirty. Let's see. No, that's the new one. All right. Get all that out from under it. And we'll plug it in so we can see the little lights light up. We can look in here, and this crucible goes down in there. It's got a little thing that it pushes down on, undoubtedly. Let's turn this around. I haven't read the instructions yet. All right, so that obviously is not going to do, huh? So you guys take a nap while I try to read instructions. Okay, so the unpacking went pretty good because it was well packed in the styrofoam, and it didn't want to come out of it because it was nice and tight. But it's not damaged, so that's good. This is a graphite crucible, and I know it's graphite because fooling with it, I got it all over my hands. I remember when I just got out of high school, I went to a place that they were machining pump seals out of graphite in this old house. And they had, I don't know, 3 or 4 lathes set up. And they were machining away on these pump seals. And I looked the place over, you know, and the guy watched me and I watched him. And I thought, no, this not only does it look like a Mickey Mouse setup, I mean, they're working out of this old rundown house. And it's a really, really dirty job. And I thought, this just doesn't look like a future to me. So I passed it up. I'm sure it just probably wasn't meant for being a machine shop type guy anyway. All right, so while you guys were taking a nap, I opened everything up. I got the crucible, and I stuck the crucible down in here, and right there it hits a round finger-like object that's sticking up. I don't know what it is. So then I put it kind of at an angle, and I worked it down past it, and I got it in there. And then I got to thinking, you know, I might not could get that out if it was hot. I don't know if I can or not. I mean, we got these tongs made out of a pair of pliers, and will this get good enough a grip on it to see it doesn't hold on tight? I have to do some real pulling to get it out. And if that's the way that it's supposed to work, well then that's the way that it's supposed to work. But I'd like to be really sure of it, you know. So I don't know what to say to that other than what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it on and watch it come up, and I'll set a temperature, not a hot one, just a temperature, and we'll see how it looks when it gets to it. And then we'll see how it looks when I try to pull this guy out of there. I mean, I can get past the thing, and every time I shove it in there, it gets a little easier to come out. So, yeah, no, that's not good. There, okay. I see that probably just needs a little bit of rearranging there. There we go. All right. It bends easy enough I can get it lined up. Okay, so let me find some electricity. I'm almost certain I'm going to have electricity. And we will turn this thing on and see what happens. We've got the power cord here. It looks like your average PC power card, you know. I found these on dozens of computers. Let's get around here. I'm going to put it on this Harbor Freight light, extension cord on this rollout thingus. And if it'll stay plugged in and it doesn't trip the little breaker, it might work. Let's turn that on. It wants to know, no, I don't want 1150. Let's try to go down with the temperature. You can hold it and then it'll start going down. So, now you're going to take it way down. It says in the instruction manual that not to run it for more than 3 hours at a time, and it says it's best it's best to just run it 2 hours. So I guess it's got like a 60% duty cycle or something. Let me look in the book again here about setting the temperature. Here's your instruction manual. And all right, it says control system, the PID, and that's a little PID controller there. So it says all right. let me see what I can do about setting it. I can read this stuff. That's just off. So that tells me what the temperature is going to do. That's on. I'm going to have to turn off the camera and sit down and study this a few minutes to figure out how I set the temperature. It looks like that I just cycled through all the tuning parameters. Alright, my first attempt at heating it up tripped the little breaker in that horror freight drop light kind of thing. So we'll turn it back on, and it says you've got to set it for whatever you want. And the way you set it is you push the set button, and then this little button here moves the digit that you can set, and this one here raises the digit up or runs it down. Okay, so we'll hit the set button, and it said we're sitting on 532, so I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to try to set it on, well, 900, come on downward, so then 250. Alright, let's move it to another spot. I'll push set. Okay, so I've got it set for 350, or maybe I've got it set for 535. I don't know. This is where you're supposed to see your temperature. I'm pretty sure this is your set point down here. So having it set for 350, maybe it'll come down. If you go back to set, it'll cycle through a bunch of different things here. There's, I think, my set point, and then I can go, let's see, to the next item. I don't know. I'm going to have to get an instruction manual for the PID itself. I'd probably find that through eBay, but nevertheless, I think that I've got it set for 350 degrees, and it's reading 541. Go ahead and push the set button, and suppose that's the alarm one. I don't know what ARU is. This is the proportional, the P part of it. It's set for 30. There's the I, the integral part, and it's set for 240. And there's the D part, which is the differential. There's 60. Now, I don't know if that's a good setting or not. Couldn't begin to tell you. And what is this AR? I can't tell you. And I don't know what that is either. So what we'll do is we'll just push that on it and assume we've got set for 350, and I can wait a while and see if it comes down. But I do know it's getting warmer. I mean, I can hold my hand up there and feel the heat, and that may be just right. Of course, I've got an extension cord on it, and the extension cord's not heating up or anything, so that's probably okay. What I'm going to do is let it heat up a while, and then I'll bring you guys back to life, and we'll see if I can remove that crucible once it gets hot. Okay? Not melting anything, just playing with it to see how it works. Alright, I've got to work a lot on the tuning. I've got a 657 degree set point and a 714 degree temperature value. And a while ago I watched it, it came down and hit 657, and then it bounced right back up. I think 714 is going to be the top, but that's too far off from my target. So that means I have to do a little tuning. But now that we've done this, we were worried about how are we going to get the crucible out when it's real hot. Now, I don't even know that that temperature reading is right. It may be in Fahrenheit, and I think it's in centigrade, you know, or Celsius, whatever you want to call it. And it may not be. I've got the model number of that little PID controller, and I'm going to look it up and see what kind of information I can find about it, and see if there's other values, what the other things mean, like ARU and such as that. But it's got these things that I don't know what are. And the temperature, it went up with no output. You know, you got a little light right there supposed to come on whenever the thing's giving it electricity, you know, when it's sending the power through to the heating element. And the darn thing's going up. Even though it's turned off, it's kept going up. So that kind of bothers me. But anyway, let's get right back to let's just see if the physical part of getting the thing out of there works. Am I going to be burned to death trying to take it out, or what? That's the question. All right. So I'm going to turn it off. Open the little lid. Get some gloves, because I like my fingers. I don't like them barbecued either. All right, so get this little guy here. And get us a grip on it, and see if we can get that thing to come out. I'm gonna have to. All right, so I got him out of there. So at least there's that. So put it back in, and we'll leave it sitting there. I saw another guy, he made a little clamp for his tongs so they wouldn't come off, because they will do that. I saw that happen to him. There, all right. Okay, so that's all we can see of it right now, but you know where we're going with this. We're going to go into, eventually we're going to get into doing some lost material casting. When I say lost material, it may be lost PLA, lost wax, you know, lost foam, something that we're not ready to get there just yet, because I've got to make this thing line out at temperatures that I want first, and then we'll proceed on to getting the material that we're going to cast and making a little pattern. And I guess I need to get some sand, from playground type sand, and we'll take one step at a time, but that'll be in a later video. This very genteel lady, you know, Texas lady, was driving down the road there, and she come to this high bridge, and she saw this guy up there on the top of it fixing to jump off. Now, if you don't know what that means, in the South, when people say they're fixing to do something, it's like, I'm fixing to get ready to go, or something like that. It means they're preparing to do something. They're ready to. Anyway, this guy was fixing to jump off the bridge. And the lady says, hey, don't jump. Think of your mother and father. He looks at her and he says, Mom and Dad are both dead. I'm going to jump. She says, well, think of your wife and children. He says, I ain't got no wife and children. He says, I'm going to jump. She says, well, think of the Alamo. He looks down and he says, what's the Alamo? She says, well, bless your heart. Just go ahead and jump, you dumb Yankee.